Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another
We're live.
welcome to our another LinkedIn live. These are like starting to become really fun sessions for us and we look forward to them every month, and I think we should like probably keep doing this more often, Luca. What do you say?
Should become bi-weekly, right?
Yes,
Let's do it.
absolutely.
Let's do it.
So before we like get into it, why are we here? For anybody who's just joining us today and who hasn't looked at all of our sessions before today.
Okay, it's a good question, although I already answered a couple of times in the previous sessions, but for our audience. So we're here because we want to show some of our features. So typically when we communicate on LinkedIn, we tend to do it on our ecosystem stories, what happens out there, technology, things that are not necessarily inward looking. Today, in these sessions, we take the opportunity to really look at ourselves and show something about us and share something about us. We like these sessions, don't we?
Yeah, we love them. Absolutely.
Also because we work very hard on our features, functions,
Yes.
solutions.
Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, I think for anybody who's joining in today, they would probably might want to know what everything that we've discussed in previous sessions so they can go back and check them out.
That's right. So we had a couple of sessions before. I think the last one was particularly interesting because we presented our newer functionalities. So we had a new release, and we were quite excited to present templates, the AI prompt templates that can be contextualized to different types of conversations across the entire organizations, and collect, transcribe,
associating records.
Associating record was another big feature that we presented. And then phone calls. We talked about phone calls.
Yes.
And now today, we are
going to talk about in-person meetings.
Yes, and we have a lot of fun talking about in-person. And that's why we are in person. We are in the same room, and we're going to test our solution that is designed to capture voice that happens and record it, transcribe it, analyze it, and bring it in Salesforce. Now, the context here is quite obvious. It's a conversation that happens across the table, in front of someone.
Yeah. So for people like me and Luca who like in-person conversations and who are like sick of video calls, not that they don't add value, we love them, but we personally prefer in-person meetings more.
We do.
And
actually, on that, the use cases that we see across our clients, if we turn a little bit more serious now, across our clients, we see this technology news in a couple of very relevant scenarios. One is the classic commercial scenario with a traveling, field salesperson that travels and visits clients and has conversation with clients. Well, those conversations are precious, and they should be recorded, transcribed, and the insights should be added directly into the relevant records in Salesforce.
Yes.
The other use cases that we see in professional scenarios where a lawyer is talking to a client, a witness is capturing information that are relevant for a case that they're working on. Conversations for that business are the bloodstream, the blood of what keeps them really.
Also across many other different professionals, so healthcare professionals.
Healthcare, very good point. Healthcare is another great use case for this particular type of solution.
Yes. So let's tell everybody how it works. So how does it really work? How can I record an in-person meeting with Vinton?
Well, we're going to see it in a second with the demo. Okay. So I'm going to switch on my screen in a second. Just reminding again, going back to the why, right? So why do these sessions? It's clear, but why do people care about recording, transcribing, and summarizing and dropping information in Salesforce? Well, it's really on 3 levels. We said last time: efficiency, they save time, and they can be in the meeting rather than taking notes. Oh yeah, wait 1 second. Oh, what did you just say? And I'm taking notes. No, it's all taken care of. Second is visibility across the organization. Salesforce is there capturing and centralizing all the information, granting visibility with an ability for the manager to look into it and analyze it, create areas of improvement, and providing some coaching based on real data, real facts. And then ultimately, we hear that Agentforce is happening. So we're definitely getting the CRM ready for Agentforce.
Okay.
Now, without further ado,
let's see how it works.
Let's go live, and let me do window tab.
A bit slow here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, getting there. So you will be familiar with this screen, hopefully. We are in a demo environment. We have a contact. That's our client, Mina client. And lo and behold, we have an in-person meeting recorded here. As expected, we have an audio file that we can play back right here.
And
We
then
have
you process if you want.
a transcript associated with it. So there it is. Ooh, something's happening.
Can you refresh
The curse of
Can you refresh the page?
I'll
It's
refresh
because you're sharing the screen.
the double sharing is not helping us. Curse of the demo. And we're back.
Yeah.
Okay, the transcript is here. So we captured automatically everything that is said in the room. And then we have an option to attribute it, as we saw last time as well. And then we create a summary out of it. We create follow-up email drafted, and then we extract next steps.
Okay, so the insights and everything, are they exactly the same as that of a video call, or is there any difference?
Very good question indeed. So let's actually see a bit more in depth what the insights look like. And to do that, we go to our Vinton tab. We select the in-person meeting that we were looking at earlier. Right here. Oh, this computer is...
No, it's because you're sharing your screen and the internet's a bit slow.
I need to come out of the sharing. That's perfect, right? Let me do this. That's the beauty of the live session. I'll share my entire screen. It might be a bit more giving. There we go. Yes. So now you can see. So this is the in-person meeting. That is coming up in our demo. We have a couple of examples here that I cannot click at the moment. So I'll refresh again for the sake of the demo gods that
it's
conspiring against
it's the share screen.
in
Otherwise
this
it
live.
works.
Oh,
yeah.
We might.
It sometimes happens to me when I'm sharing my screen, so that's why
there we
I
go.
know.
So what are we looking at here? We're looking at an in-person meeting. Let's actually see across here the transcript is actually showing all the different people speaking. And what we've done already with this is we've assigned the speakers by assigning the participants into this conversation, picking from contacts, from users, from leads that we have in here, because the output by default is person 1, person 2, person 3.
Yes.
And now the analysis that we provide is very similar to that of all the other types of meeting that we capture. This can also follow a specific template, as we explained last week. It creates the minutes. It analyzes the topics that were mentioned. Obviously, this is an internal conversation, so it's all about project management and new features that we're developing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why don't we record an in-person meeting right now, since we're sitting together, and show everybody how it works? Because it's really simple. One thing that I would like to add over here with regard to setup, that it's as simple as installing our packages and then connecting our back. So that's, you install the packages, you connect the backend, and then you can start using it. So you don't have to set anything else up. You just have to drop the components in the pages, and you can just start recording the meetings from in here.
Yes, and as you were explaining that same component that we are asking people to install for free, by the way, on the App Exchange. Visit the App Exchange. We actually, I just opened it and it activated the microphone and is ready to pick up our conversation. Now I'm actually recording it from a contact. That's a very good place where to start recording a conversation that is with maybe the contact, as in this case. We can do it from an opportunity. We can do it from an account. We can do it from any custom or standard object. So let's actually have this conversation recorded. So I'm introducing this as an interesting solution, isn't it, Mina? What do you think about it?
Yes, it's really fantastic. I think I use it so much and we use it in our meetings. Our clients love it. Everybody enjoys using it. It's easy, it's simple.
Yes.
You can use a mobile, you can use it with mobile, you can use it with desktop. So there's really no limitation that comes with it. So everybody, we've heard really great feedback from a lot of our clients when they use it, and they absolutely love it.
Yeah, talking about that, one thing that they love is actually that it replaces, and this is something that we heard from multiple clients, it replaces the need to activate. And this is quite crazy for those that are not into the enterprise world, but there are meetings that you want to record. They happen in a meeting room. In the meeting room, there is a meeting, video solution activated in the room. So what they do in order to record the meeting is they activate a Teams meeting. They launch it from the meeting room system, and then they record it, and so that they have it as recorded and transcribed for compliance. Well, this is actually replacing it. So that's why from a desktop, it makes a lot of sense, because in those settings, you will have your desktop or laptop open.
Absolutely.
So we're recording.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
So should we stop it and see what happens next?
Yes, let's see.
Okay. So now we've recorded an audio, right? The peculiarity of this audio is that there were two people in the meeting room, and they were speaking. Let's actually, while the processing is happening, let's actually see, you see now it's processing. Let's see, let me stop the sharing, Yeah, I want to stop the screen and share my mobile phone.
Okay.
So I show you what happens with mobile as well. Perfect. I'm receiving a call right now. Can you believe it? The beauty of the live
You're
demo.
a busy man. You're a
Now,
busy man. That's
this
okay.
is my phone, right? So you're looking at it. I'm launching Salesforce from my phone. I'm in my list of contacts. I open the contact. We will see this is actually processing. It's almost ready, but I don't want to unveil it. What I want to show you is that we have the same exact button in our Salesforce app. And what we do is we tap on it. It launches a screen where it says, okay, so what are you, willing to record? Is that a voice note? Is that an in-person meeting?
I think it's an in-person meeting today.
It's an in-person meeting for sure. So when I tap on it, we have this optional screen, which ensures that everybody who's been recorded, gives their consent. And once this is obtained, we can start the recording, and this will, just launch the recording in the same way that we've seen. Once it's created, it can be saved, and it will go through the same exact process that I'm now going to show you.
Also, what you can do is, if you're having back-to-back meetings, you can just record them, save them all on your app, and then push them all together once to Salesforce. So you don't have to upload them after every meeting. You can also save it locally on your device, and by the end of the day, you can push them all together. So that's also something that comes with it.
That makes a lot of sense. So now we're back into my desktop, and as you can see, we've now recorded this conversation, and it's already in the contact.
Yeah.
And it has picked up on two people speaking at any one time, and there's person one and person two.
I think I'm person two.
I think I'm person one. What then it does, it's obviously creating a summary and so forth. What is really cool is that just already from here, we can actually assign the people that we're actually speaking. So this is a user. So that will be me. And here we assign our client.
That will be me.
That will be you. And now we've created a full set of information already in Salesforce. And actually, if we go into our Vinton tab, we can also go a bit deeper into the actual recording, and we can see that there was a use case discussion. There was the dominant discussion topic in our conversation. We talked about client feedback, product introduction, and recording confirmation. Obviously, this is a relatively straightforward, kind of a minute of recording, but everything else is included in here. We can see Luca speaking most of the time. Classic. the topics we already seen. Yeah, there's 1 minute. Follow-up email, the transcript that we've just seen, some highlights, and some coaching. This was a,
Be better.
we need to do better in this conversation, definitely. But the highlights are actually good. So it was a very positive, apparently useless conversation for the purpose of what we've created here. Now, just to wrap up the concept of recording an in-person meeting. Many use cases, many very interesting applications for this solution. Our clients raving about it. Where I'm going with this is that the recording of a conversation may not always be so easy and so obvious, right? So it might be a bit awkward. Hey, do you mind if I record our conversation if it's a bit more informal? Or if a client doesn't want to be recorded. So the same button on mobile and on desktop, just for simplicity, I'll use it on desktop, will be able to record just my update. I just had a conversation with Mina. I'm walking back to my car. I'm, in the parking lot, and I'm just dropping, now that they're fresh in my memory, I'm dropping everything that we discussed, the key topics that we touched upon, the updates that are crucial for the rest of my organization to know about, and that might actually also provide a very interesting update for the opportunity that is connected with the contact that I'm recording with, on the record of. And at the same time, I will capture the next step. So I need to remind to myself by leaving a voice message on my Salesforce that I need to send the updated offer, and I need to revise the terms with regards to the duration of the trial, and I need to remind myself to wish best of holidays because my contact is going on holiday next week. So that could be exactly the same technology, but applied in a slightly different scenario. In very similar from a technology perspective. As you can see, we've recorded a piece of audio. We've exposed it to Vinton so that Vinton can do its magic, extract the transcript, and most importantly, summarize and help me organize my next steps, help me organize my follow-up.
So this could be used in two cases. Either one, that you were so excited that you forgot to record the meeting, and then you can be like, oh, by the way, this is what we talked about. So it's processed in record time, very, very fast.
Exactly. And the approach, as I said, is similar. The effect as well is similar, because ultimately what we want is to have our Salesforce always up to date, not to kind of sweat too much about, I need to do my admin day today, I need to bring all my opportunities up to date because my manager will look into it. Well, this is a real-time update that the rest of my organization, my manager, and everybody across my company will be able to see, feel, understand, take decisions on, and kind of. And at the same time, as we said earlier, it will prepare the CRM to welcome AI, because it's.
And it works exactly the same way as a video call would. You receive email notifications, you see the summary, follow-up, coaching, all the insights are the same. You can have customized templates for these. So everything that you have for a video call, you also have for an in-person meeting. So technically, they're both the same thing, but video call is just a call that has video, and in-person meeting is a call that would just have the audio from the same call. So the data that you would extract out of the meeting for your Salesforce would be the same for both meetings.
Yes, absolutely. And while you were speaking, I was actually showing how that looks like, and it's kind of making sure that I recall that I'm reminded that I need to send an updated offer, that I need to revise the trial duration terms, and most importantly, wish my contact a happy holidays as they're going on holiday next week. Right. So what happened during this conversation? Let me stop sharing so we go back full screen. So we had our demo problems, which is always important.
Always important.
The glitches at the beginning of our session. Hopefully, though, after that we were able to show how Vinton the same technology that is used for video calls that our clients love for phone calls can also be applied in a very simple way to either capture in-person conversations in different scenarios, from laptop, from desktop, on the go, in a busy, crowded environment, or in a very quiet room like we are right now, as well as capturing video notes, audio notes.
I think
voice
we're
messages.
almost on time. So in the last 10 minutes, I would really like to talk about is how our clients use it, because everybody who's watching it is probably thinking, okay, but how do I want to integrate it with my Salesforce? How would I want to use it? So if you could share some use cases which most of our clients use and how it helps them.
Yes. So I can think of a couple of. Let's start with an obvious one. We said it's the sales example, right? As a sales professional, a lot of our clients actually have a distributed workforce, and they travel and they show up in person. They knock on the door and they say, "Hey, let's sit down. Let's have a review of what you're buying from us, or what the new catalog looks like, what your order is going to be." That conversation has a lot of elements that will need to go in Salesforce. And typically, up until yesterday, the way is, pen and paper. Where's my pen? Pen and paper, and I take notes. And then afterwards, when I'm in my car, if I'm a traveling salesperson, or when I'm back at the hotel during the night, I will fill out all the information in Salesforce. Now, with this, it's immediate. It's updated immediately because I'm capturing the conversation, or I'm using the quick audio recorder as I walk back to my car, and I can update it. The other scenario that we're seeing massive traction on is for all those professionals that live by talking to their clients. It's central to their profession and the way they add value, the interaction that they have with their clients. And very often that's done in person. So people come to the office to talk to their lawyers. People come into the clinic to talk to their health and their healthcare provider, physician, psychologist, and so forth. So in those occasions, it's very important to capture every element of the conversation and help the professional be a lot more efficient, thorough, detailed in the way they create the notes coming out of these conversations. So it's crucial to have a solution like this. This is one of those scenarios where we see the use of a recorder in a room, activated, with a, do you mind if I launch a Teams call from my, and then they turn the laptop away,
and then they do a setup, and they're like, wait,
and then it's just one long transcript, completely useless, not saved in Salesforce. This actually adds a ton of value. The other scenario is, what is the other scenario?
Service. A lot of our service use it.
Service. Service is, again, typically distributed service for maintenance, fixing a problem. They travel and towards, and they show up on site with clients. In those cases, again, conversations that happen or notes that we want to add are crucial, and they belong inside the case. They belong inside the work order, the service appointment, and this automates completely that.
Yes, it's a life changer. I think like if you can put, and then also the data doesn't get lost, in the sense that if I have to take notes and like I have to find my notebooks, even if there are recordings that are saved somewhere, I have to have a folder, maintain that, all of that is like really.
The scenarios that you're actually describing apply very well to a lot of people that I interacted with earlier this week. I was at the recruitment agency expo here in London. And at that conference, I've met with a lot of recruitment and staffing professionals, and a lot of those conversations are happening in person when they talk to candidates at any level, right? So entry all the way to executive positions. Conversations are crucial to the way in which they can deliver value, and capturing those conversations automatically and having candidate notes and candidate updates automatically added into Salesforce. If they have a Salesforce-based database, which most of the ones that I talk to have, well, that's where really the value comes to life, and a solution like this immediately repays itself on the first day that you start using it.
Yeah.
So recommendation, with our heart. Try it. It will not let you down.
I just want to check if we have any questions or anything for this session.
Yes, that's a very good point. We're still on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, we're a bit new, guys. Sorry. We're a bit new.
We got carried away,
So,
but we are enjoying the conversation
Yeah.
anyway. So, even if you don't ask anything, we can make something up.
yeah. So today was a very, very, I believe, a very informative session where we went over a very important feature that we have,
Yes.
one of our favorite features. And I think we covered everything. Is there something that you think that we might have missed?
Devices. One of the things that we are discovering is that the last generation devices, both laptops, interestingly, and most importantly, maybe obviously mobile phones, are capable of really isolating voice from background noise. We've tested, and our clients have tested this solution in very noisy environment.
Yeah.
In the middle of an event, I was actually mentioning that I was at the recruitment expo earlier this week. A lot of people around, a lot of noise, music, chattering, a lot of noise. And despite all of that, the ability for a mobile phone to capture and isolate the voices that it can hear are really useful, because we're leveraging, obviously, the built-in microphone and the built-in technology of the devices, where a recording that will become an in-person meeting in Salesforce is actually captured. So that really is reassuring, and it's only going to go very up to the right, let's say. So this question might have missed it, but can you transcribe in-person meeting without keeping the audio recording? Oh, that's a very good question from LinkedIn. Thank you for asking. Very good point. We talked about some edge cases where clients may not be very keen to have their voice recorded. By default, a couple of our clients actually use this solution. They don't record the actual audio, but they only use the transcript to create the notes. So no recording is stored anywhere. It's immediately deleted, so that it doesn't actually represent that awkward element.
Yes.
Are you recording my voice? I'm not comfortable. Which is, fair enough.
Yeah.
People might have that concern, and we can overcome that concern by defaulting to do not record audio, but just use the transcript, and all the notes will be captured.
And we also give you the configuration, so you can save the recording for as many days as you like. So maybe you would want to save it for just one day.
Yep.
And then you would want to delete it, or maybe you would want to save the recording for 7 days, 0 days.
Yep.
So it's very flexible in that sense. A lot of our clients just save it for like 2 days, and then it deletes after 2 days.
Yes.
A lot of them just don't save it at all. So it depends on the requirements.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the range is very vast. It goes from 0 days, and I can think of at least one client that keeps it for 7 years for compliance. So they have a compliance element that kind of requires them to keep all their recordings for a very long time. In this case, 7 years, which is part of the solution.
And we support everything.
Now we support all of those customizations are built in and available with one click directly in Salesforce in the admin panel of our Vinton. And with that,
we are on time.
We're on time. So, thank you very much for following this far.
Joining us today. And next session, we'll discuss some really interesting features.
Yes. Which we haven't decided yet. But they will be interesting.
Maybe we'll tell you guys what we're planning for the future. Maybe what's in the pipeline for us, and show you all the fun stuff that we've been building in house. So I think the next one is the one that you would not want to miss.
Well, provided you got this one, because this is. Of course, we're actually now give for granted, if you're hearing this, that this one you got. And that's good. Next one will be even better.
But in case you still have any questions, reach out to us directly on LinkedIn or via email, any channel that you prefer, and we would be sure to get in touch with you.
For sure. And if that's not clear, we really enjoy doing these sessions. So keep your feedback coming. We might actually do even more often than this. We definitely enjoy it, and it's an opportunity for us to brag about our functionalities and talk about success stories of our clients. So it's always a good opportunity to come online. And
thank you so much.
Despite the demo gods, we got to the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.